The first time I thought I was going to die, I wasn't alone. The snow was falling so hard that I couldn't see more than a few feet in front of me. The road had disappeared beneath a thick white blanket, and the freezing winds slammed against our truck, like an angry ocean wave. Beside me sat my girlfriend's mother, her face pale, her hands trembling, and her eyes fixed on the storm outside. What happened that night changed both of our lives forever. Before we begin, if you believe in kindness, forgiveness, and second chances, please take a moment to like this video, leave a comment, share it with someone you care about, and subscribe to the channel. Stories like this remind us that sometimes the most unexpected moments reveal the true meaning of love and family. My name is Jacob Carter, and this happened 3 years ago in Colorado. At the time, I had been dating Olivia Brooks for nearly 2 years. We were happy together, and I honestly believed she was the woman I would eventually marry. The only challenge in our relationship was her mother, Rebecca Brooks. Rebecca wasn't rude or cruel. She was simply distant. Ever since Olivia introduced me to her, I felt like she was quietly studying me, trying to decide whether I deserved a place in her daughter's life. I couldn't blame her. Rebecca had raised Olivia alone after her husband passed away, when Olivia was only 8 years old. She worked 2 jobs, sacrificed countless dreams, and devoted her entire life to protecting her daughter. No man was ever going to be good enough in her eyes. One December weekend, Olivia had to stay behind for work while Rebecca needed to visit her sister, who lived several hours away in the mountains. Her car was in the repair shop, so Olivia asked if I could drive her mother. I agreed immediately. The weather forecast predicted light snow, nothing serious. They were wrong. Halfway through the trip, the sky darkened unexpectedly. Snow began falling heavily. Within an hour, visibility became almost impossible. I gripped the steering wheel tightly while Rebecca sat silently beside me. The storm intensified. Soon traffic disappeared completely. Then the truck slid. My heart nearly stopped. The tires lost traction, and despite my efforts, we drifted off the road and into a shallow ditch. The impact wasn't severe, but we were stuck. Completely stuck. I tried everything. The tires spun uselessly. The phone signal vanished. The temperature continued dropping. For the first time that day, fear entered Rebecca's eyes. We were stranded in the middle of nowhere. As darkness settled over the mountains, reality became frighteningly clear. No one knew exactly where we were. Hours passed. The heater could only run occasionally to conserve fuel. We wrapped ourselves in spare blankets from the back seat, while the storm raged outside. The silence between us slowly faded. Rebecca began talking. At first, she spoke about Olivia. Then, she spoke about her late husband. Then, she spoke about herself. For the first time since I met her, the strong, guarded woman disappeared. I learned about her struggles, her loneliness, her regrets, the dreams she sacrificed to raise her daughter, the pain she carried every single day without telling anyone. Listening to her, I realized how little I truly knew her. Behind the protective mother was a human being who had spent years carrying impossible burdens. At one point, she quietly admitted something that stayed with me forever. She said that after losing her husband, she had become so focused on survival that she forgot how to live. Those words hit me hard, because I could see the truth in her eyes. Outside, the storm continued screaming across the mountains. Inside that stranded truck, 2 people who barely understood each other suddenly did. Sometime after midnight, the temperature dropped dangerously low. Rebecca's hands were freezing. I gave her my heavy winter coat. She resisted at first, but eventually accepted. The gesture seemed small, yet something changed between us. The wall she had built around herself finally cracked. For the next several hours, we talked about everything. Life, loss, family, hope, and the strange ways people find strength during their darkest moments. Just before sunrise, the storm finally weakened. A rescue vehicle spotted us shortly afterward. We were safe, exhausted, frozen, and emotionally drained, but safe. As the rescuers helped us into the warm vehicle, Rebecca looked at me differently than she ever had before. Not as a boyfriend she was evaluating, not as a stranger, but as family. Later that day, after we returned home, Olivia rushed into our arms, crying with relief. She had spent the entire night terrified after hearing about the storm. Rebecca hugged her tightly, then she looked at me. There was gratitude in her eyes. There was respect, and there was one final thing she quietly asked. She said not to tell Olivia everything that happened that night. Not because anything inappropriate occurred, nothing did, but because some conversations belonged only to that moment. A mother revealing years of hidden pain, a young man learning the true meaning of sacrifice, a bond formed through survival. Those memories were precious and private. From that day forward, everything changed. Rebecca became one of my biggest supporters. When I proposed to Olivia a year later, Rebecca was the first person I called. She cried before I even finished asking for her blessing. Today, Olivia is my wife. Rebecca is still part of our lives every week. And every winter, whenever snow begins falling outside our window, she and I exchange the same quiet smile. A reminder of the night a terrible storm brought two people together in the most unexpected way. Before we reach the end, I have a special request. Please comment below. Kindness creates family if you believe that real family is built through love, trust, and understanding, not just blood. And if this story touched your heart, please like the video, leave a comment, share it with someone special, and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps keep these meaningful stories alive and allows more people to discover them. Because sometimes the strongest relationships are not formed during life's brightest days. Sometimes they are born in the middle of a storm, when two people choose compassion over fear, understanding over judgment, and hope over despair. And those are the moments that stay with us forever.